Welcome to Kara's Cures, the digital show where we explore the cutting edge of wellness. I'm Kara Sundlin. It's certainly the time of year to make some New Year's resolutions, but adults, well, we kind of do it differently than kids. My guest today is child psychologist Dr. Laura Saunders from the Institute of Living with more on how to get your kids and teens to reset the right way. Welcome, Dr. Laura.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. I know it's been a crazy year, right? I mean, we think we're getting back to normal, and now there's COVID again and ice storms and all this stuff. So as we're trying to set forward on a more positive route, first of all, do kids and teens even like to make resolutions? Is this something we should even suggest to them?
Well, I think you're right. I mean, here so many people had hopes for 2022. It was going to be a little bit better, a lot better, a little bit better. But we're having lots of curveballs thrown at us, which is not uncommon because life is full of challenges, but we just have to learn how to manage them. So in that, right, learning how to manage challenges, it's good to talk openly about strategies. I'm not talking like totally redo yourself and because you were a wreck in 2021, but even for kids and teens, having a look forward, taking some time to reflect on past behavior and look at what you'd like. And, what we know is that adults do self-improvement. They want to lose weight. They want to go to the gym. They want to change their habits. They want to do things. That's not really what kids and adolescents should focus on, and nor what they would do anyway. So I think it's a matter of just including more positive things in your life. Bringing in more gratitude, writing in a journal, or for kids, it would be like a device. But so doing things that are more positive and healthy and creating more good habits, as opposed to what adults tend to focus on is eliminating all our bad habits.
Okay. And so you say a successful resolution really is based on some self-efficacy, like our belief that we can get better. I got to give my daughter credit. She I'd say resolutions and but then she did tell me that she's decided to start bullet journaling. So that was on her own.
That's beautiful, right?
Yeah.
So there actually is research. It's one of my professors at the University of Scranton, John Norcross. It has done some seminal research in the area of New Year's resolutions. And one of the core things that they found in terms of how to make those things stick is this idea of self-efficacy, meaning if you believe you can do it, if you believe it will work, then it will work. That's your mindset. So you're creating a mindset of, I'm going to journal every day, or I'm going to have 5 minutes of quiet time every day for myself away from my device. I mean, if you believe that you can do it, then you can do it. So that self-efficacy really is important.
At the same time, you want to reduce self-blame and overly wishful thinking. I mean, I know adults, sometimes we do it the wrong way. I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to do this. And it comes from a kind of negative place where that's maybe not the right way for any age to be setting a resolution.
Right. That what we really want to do is we want to think more positive, think more open, think more, that these are better habits we want to create in our lives. As I said, as adults, we sometimes feel like, oh God, we have so many bad habits, we have to get rid of them all. It's not going to happen like that. So for young people, just bringing in one positive thing. I love that bullet journal idea. I have several friends that use bullet journals. Doing something positive, saying one kind word to someone each day, right? And here's the other thing. There's no failure in this, right? It's not like, oh, I haven't done it for 3 days, forget it, I'm not going to do it anymore. It's about resetting that each day when the sun rises, it didn't seem to be so sunny today, but each day when the sun rises, we have opportunities to reset ourselves and to make positive choices and to make good decisions. So it's not about a failure experience. Oh, I fell off in doing my journaling, or I fell off in my saying a kind word. Each day we have opportunities to reset. And again, what we're doing for our young people is we're helping create a mindset of self-improvement.
So how do we do that as parents?
Well, that's the $1 million question, isn't it? So there is some amount of modeling, right? So it's not like, I gave up chocolate for New Year's, and or for my resolution, or whatever it is, whatever self-improvement thing, and then forget it. I'm not going to do it for the rest of the year, right? We have to model that we are taking on positive change, and that we do it. So that's really the most powerful thing, is the modeling as parents and as adults, and just being aware that the more we create positive change, and the more we ourselves talk out openly out loud. Okay, I didn't have such a great day yesterday, but today's going to be a reset. I'm going to do X. And I like things to be more specific and what we call operational, definable, as opposed to just, I'm going to be a better person. Well, what is that? I don't even know what that is. So, I'm going to say one kind thing today, or I'm going to do, one nice thing to help someone else, or I'm going to write in a journal today. And again, if you fall away for a few days, you still have opportunities to reset yourself. There are no failure experiences here.
Sometimes I think if we suggest things to our kids, and maybe this is what happens, if we say, hey, let's have a new habit where, you're going to start your homework every day after school, and you get that, at least at a certain age, you get that resistance. Like, mom just suggested, so I'm definitely not doing it. Should we not suggest the resolutions?
Right. So I highly recommend that we not tell our teens what resolutions they should have, because they will A, definitely not do them, or B, do the opposite. So it's an open discussion. Like, this is the change I'm going to make. I'd like to do X in my life. What's something that you'd like to add in? And again, it's about creating change and adding in positive habits, not necessarily looking to eliminate old negative habits. So it's an open discussion. Yes, would we like them to do their homework and follow more rules and pick up the room and, pick up after themselves? Yes. But if we make that a resolution, that's definitely not going to happen. And it's just going to be an exercise in frustration for the parents.
Yeah. Okay. So, but modeling it, sitting down, what do we want to bring into our life? And then you say it's important to let the kids know even that we all make mistakes, I guess, is the point. I mean, the way that we're treating ourselves.
We all fall off. I mean, and I don't even necessarily want to say fall off the wagon. That was what I was going to say. But like, we all, we wanted to write in a journal every day, and now I didn't write my journal for the next 3 days. That doesn't mean that scrap it, I'm not going to do that anymore. It just means that I'm going to reset. I have an opportunity each day to reset. And we're not looking for perfection. We're looking for improvement and change. And change happens over time. And progress is not linear, right? It's bumpy. It's supposed to be that way. So in many ways, you're modeling what change looks like, what real change looks like. Real change is not, we create a new habit and we do it perfectly every day, and it's a perfect linear graph. It's not like that. There's ups and downs. There's some plateaus. So we're modeling that, and we're talking about it openly. So the more we can do those things to help our kids learn now, this is what change looks like. It's not perfect. It's progress.
Yeah. And, we all often hear in the adult world, 21 days to a new habit. Is that the same thing for kids, like the repetition until it becomes more of their habit that they want to bring in?
Yeah. I mean, the more repetition you do, the better it is. Yes. And we look at that's obviously some of the research. What we sometimes want to tap into is what's called motivational interviewing. You wouldn't really do that in a family or home situation, but it's finding out what your kids are motivated to change. What do they want differently in their lives? If they said they wanted better grades, okay, well, here's a way to get it. Add in 10 or 15 minutes of extra studying each day. Not 3 hours of studying, right? Let's make it definable. Let's make it operational, but it's tapping into what they're motivated to change. So finding out what they're motivated to change, coming up with some solutions or plans. And again, if you say to yourself, I want to increase studying 15 minutes a day because I really want better grades, but you miss a few days, it doesn't mean it's all over. You have opportunities each day to reset.
Yeah, I'm going to suggest that I always like to say that on CURES, people could just replay this. So since we can't all go sit in Dr. Laura Saunders' office, but if you get to talk to teens right now, if a mom wants to replay this at home, what would you say to kids at this time of year?
Let's find out what they want different in their life. What new things do you want What habits, what behaviors do you want to change? What things do you see for yourself? Let's have some dream and vision, right? When we get caught up in the mire and the muck of, an ice storm or COVID, and all we think is like things shutting down, and we just get caught in that negativity. Let's pick up our vision, literally and figuratively. Look forward. What positive things do you want in your life? What are you motivated to do differently? What's important to you? Have a more positive and forward vision, and then create some steps to take it there.
We're still coming out of a pandemic, and teens we know have been adversely affected even more than other groups, with a lot of anxiety, a lot of mental health issues, a lot of loss of learning. Adults are starting to get the message of mindfulness and starting meditation practices, stuff to reduce stress. Teens and kids, sometimes when you suggest that, it seems like it's a little difficult for them, although they say the younger we learn this, the better. What is a good stress reduction principle or way that kids can reduce their stress?
Right. So mindfulness and meditation are unbelievably helpful in so many ways. But I think people sometimes have mistaken notions of what that means. It doesn't mean you sit alone in a room for an hour by yourself with no stimulation. I don't think most adults could do that, right? And there's so many great apps out there now where you can just listen to something, what we call kind of like a guided meditation, or so that you don't even have to create it in your head. So you listen to something guided, and you start with like 2 to 5 minutes a day, right? We're not talking about like doing something for hours. You start with 2 to 5 minutes, and it is also a practice. You practice training your mind to release things and bring in, either a positive image or a word, depending upon the kind of meditation or relaxation that you do. There's progressive muscle relaxation, where you can sometimes, learn to relax your body, especially for so many of us carry stress in our body. But there's so many great apps out there.
Yep.
And you just find one that you like. And there's even in those apps, there's like hundreds of different types of relaxation and meditation. But there is so much stress, and we just need to bring a little bit of relief to each of us.
Yeah, absolutely. And bringing that stress down is important for the young people as well, even though we think, oh, you're young, you're not stressed. In some ways, they're more stressed than we are with what they've been through.
And they need to learn how to manage that, right? This is a global pandemic, unlike anything we've ever experienced in any of our lives. And it's really affecting young people. And, the more we learn now how to manage that stress and face challenges and face hurdles, the better it will be for the rest of their lives.
Maybe that's the positive resolution. We just want to all learn to manage stress a little bit better.
Yes.
All right, Dr. Laura Saunders.
Just make sure you define it.
Yes. All right. Well, I like the Headspace app. I have that one. And hey, family share. Just remember, if you have it, your kids can have it on their phones too. So maybe we can all do it together and make a family challenge. But I appreciate your insight. Thank you so much for sharing some time with us and teaching us how we can help our kids reset.
Take care, Kara.
You too. And thank you all for joining me for Kara's Cures, where we explore the cutting edge of wellness. You'll find more Kara's Cures episodes, some of them with Dr. Saunders, right on the WFSB streaming news app. You can find them all there. Also follow me at Kara Sundlin on social media. I'll post them there. Be well.